Hello, FPS back with another video. Today we're going to go over how to improve your FPS in Fortnite for this season. So first things first, we're going to go into the Windows settings and then we're going to go into the Fortnite game settings specifically. These Windows settings will only last a few seconds, but these are a few things you could do to get those few extra frames and just prepare your game for optimization. And then we'll hop into the game settings, of course, to really improve your frames. Additionally, if you're looking to build a PC, we have 3 links down below: low end, middle end, and high end. But with that out of the way, let's get into the Windows settings. So the first thing I want you to do is go to your bottom left and hit the Windows or hit the key on your keyboard and type in graphics settings. Once you have that, you can go ahead and click on this. Graphics settings should pull up and then hit browse. So just go ahead and find your file. In my case, it was games, Fortnite game, binaries, and Windows 64, and then Fortnite launcher. Add this up here, hit options, and then make this go on high performance mode. This will prioritize it over any background apps. Additionally, thing we're going to want to do is also turn off background apps. So we got to go back to our settings and type in background apps. So once you click on that, it'll most likely be on, and we want to turn this off. If you followed my guides before, you know that this should be off no matter what. This is something that'll help out your RAM a lot by not having these all run in the background. This is all just Microsoft things like Cortana, camera, calculator. All this stuff will just turn off while it's in the background. Now go back up to this find a setting tab right here and type power and sleep. You should see power and sleep settings pull up. Click on this. This screen doesn't so much matter, but we're going to come over to the right here, hit additional power settings. Then I want you to hit high performance or ultimate performance. If you're on a very low end PC, just maybe keep this on balance, especially if you're on a laptop. But if you're on a high end PC, high performance or ultimate performance. Ultimate performance is recommended for Intel cards. But yeah, there's one more thing we want to touch on when we're in Windows settings, and go to game mode. Search game mode. Find game mode settings, and for most people you're going to want this on. This could add anywhere from a half frame to 4 frames per second just by having this setting on. And this once again is turning off those background apps and everything that is in the background taking up space while you're playing the game. But if you're seeing any stuttering or any screen tear or anything, try turning game mode off. It's known to cause a little bit of stuttering when it is on, in some cases, specifically on AMD cards. But with that out of the way, let's go into the Fortnite settings. All right, so now that we're in game, we want to just start off by going to the settings and then the video settings here. So I'm going to update you guys firstly on the colorblind settings, and then we'll get into the graphics quality and what works best in the current meta. So starting up here, this is pretty obvious. Window mode, you have to have this on full screen. If you have this on windowed or windowed full screen, your input delay will basically double or triple. So even though it's easier to alt tab out, no matter what your preference is, keep this on full screen. 1920 by 1080. This is a standard monitor size. Just keep it at that. And then frame rate limit, you can have this on unlimited. I see no reason in capping it, even if it goes well above what your monitor can even handle. It'll still help out the smoothness of the game. Now, as for this, the meta right now, due to the storm color, is people like to have this. People like to have this on the last one, try it up, and have the colorblind at 10, bring the brightness down to 50, and then they will mess around with their saturation, which will be on either your NVIDIA controller or your AMD controller. Basically, all you have to do there is just change your digital vibrance if you're on NVIDIA, or change your saturation if you're on AMD, and just move it up to where it looks really good. That's just the current meta to see the storm better, but it's nothing you have to do, because eventually I believe that this will probably go back to normal and you have to reset this. But for now, this is really good. You should probably try it. All right, as for the graphics quality, once we scroll down a bit, you might see that a lot of these are not even able to be changed for me, and that's because we obviously want to go with the new performance alpha mode. Its frame rate are not even close to DX11 or 12, and it really prevents you from doing a lot of things. So just set these on low before you do this. But once you do this, there's only a few things you're going to want to change. View distance, you're going to want this on far or epic. If you don't, you're not going to be able to see past like 60 meters on near, which is just not acceptable. And that's talking about ground loot and stuff like that. You just won't be able to see it very good. It's just going to be whatever the color is. With far and epic, it's actually at least manageable. And that's only an issue when we're on performance mode. Everything else though, off. Textures and meshes both should be on high. Now textures aren't really going to affect your frame rate too much, but meshes, if it's on low, the game will look so bad. And I'm sure they know that performance mode makes the meshes look so bad, but just keep this on high. You can test it for yourself, but things get really wonky if you have this on low on performance alpha mode. Just remember that this is a alpha, so there are some glitches with it, but you'll see that your FPS might double, might even triple from what it would be on a DX12 or DX11. VSync should always be off. Show FPS, I do want to put this one on. You probably want to see what actually your FPS is, so I like to keep this one on, obviously. But other than that, performance mode pretty much sets it up for you. The only things I would change is the 3 that we talked about, and 3D resolution keeps that at 100. Now this is the best way to push the best frames without actually having to go on maximum low settings. This performance alpha mode is a life changer. Now that we've set our Windows settings and our Fortnite settings, we're going to want to actually go into the config files and optimize even further. So you can hit your Windows key, Windows R, and then you'll get into the run platform, or simply you can come down here and just type in run. Hit this and you'll get to the same place. So once you are here, you're going to want to type in exactly what it says right here, local app data. You're going to want to put percentage before and a percentage after, and then you're going to want to hit OK and run it. It does not have to be all capitalized. It's just my caps lock is on. From here, you need to find Fortnite game right here from the F's, Fortnite game, double click, saved, config, then go into Windows client, hit game user settings, and then you should be brought to this screen where you could adjust a few things. So you're going to want to take note of what it is right now, maybe copy and paste it. So I want you guys to go all the way down to where you see B motion blur equals false. This should be false. You should as well make show grass false as well. So once you've done these two, I want you guys to just scroll down and keep on scrolling pretty far down until we find at the bottom of this right here above full screen, come up to allow multi-threaded rendering and set this on true. If you're on performance mode, like I advised you guys to be on, it's going to set this for you, so it doesn't matter. But if you ever go back to DX11 or DX12, this will really help you out on true, as long as you have over a 4-core processor. If you don't know what you have, just right click on your taskbar, hit task manager, go over to performance tab, come down here, look at your CPU, and you'll see how many cores your computer has. If this is anything over 4, then this will help you. If not, set this to false. Now come to scalability, set everything except resolution quality to 0. So in my case, I had a few of these on, but just set everything here to 0. And from there, everything else is good to go. We can just exit out of this. Make sure you hit save. Now that you have this saved, you should be good to go. And now check your frames and see how much better they are. Let me know what your frames were before. Let me know what they are now. Once again, if you're looking to upgrade your PC and drastically change your frames, there are 3 links down below to a low-end PC, a mid-end PC, and a high-end PC. These parts are always changing depending on what's new, what's the greatest and latest. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check that out. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next FPS guide.